So hello everyone, I'm Jane Morgan, Investor and Media Relations Manager at Titan Minerals. Today I'm joined by our CEO Mel Leighton, and Titan Minerals has had an impressive 2024 and is gearing up for a very strong 2025. Mel, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Jane. Great to be here. And you're right, a very exciting 2025 ahead for us.
So look, let's start with some background on Titan Minerals for those who are new to the story. So can you just give us a little bit of an overview on the company and the projects?
Yeah, so we've got 4 large-scale copper and gold projects in southern Ecuador. Our most advanced and flagship asset is the Dynasty Gold Project, where we've got 3.1 million ounces of gold and 22 million ounces of silver established in resources, and they extend from surface in a 9-kilometre-long epithermal gold system. And we also have the Linderos Copper Porphyry Project, where we recently executed a deal with Hancock Prospecting subsidiary company Hanrine. So very exciting for us to have done that. And we also have the Copper Duke and Copperfield projects, which are 2 more copper projects, which are less advanced, but nonetheless very exciting projects.
And look, we touched on it. So 2024 was a significant year for the company. Do you want to just walk us through some of the achievements?
Yeah, look, I think the most significant achievement for us really was doing that joint venture deal with Hancock Prospecting subsidiary company Hanrine. And what that's really done is demonstrated both our exposure and excitement about Ecuador as a jurisdiction, an emerging mining jurisdiction, which has got a great exposure to large-scale copper and gold, particularly copper. And that's obviously what Hancock Prospecting are interested in. And it also demonstrates, the exciting potential of our project, the Linderos Copper Project. It demonstrates the merits, the technical capability of our team. And the fact that we flew through, the due diligence period means, it was a very quick deal that we did. We had all of the technical, legal, tenure information in a really clean format that it made doing that deal really easy. And I guess the other main achievement outside of Linderos is at the Dynasty project. We gained, really great exposure to large parts of the project in terms of land access, of parts of the project that we'd never been able to access previously. And that's largely through doing, forging really strong relationships with the communities there. And it allowed us to get on the ground and do that, exploration that had never been completed. And, we've identified a number of new targets at the Dynasty project that we'll be able to utilise to grow the resource there.
Look, thanks for that, Mel. And let's actually just stick with Dynasty now for the moment. So $20 million placement was completed late last year. So we're in a great position to sort of push forward with that project. And we've also today, in fact, announced some significant results from that resource drilling that was completed at the project. So can you just run us a little bit through these results and what it means?
Yeah, so I'll just touch on the results first. So, these results come from the Iguana Prospect and Iguana East. The better intersection that we had there was 15.5 meters at 3 grams per ton gold, a little over 22 grams per ton silver from 89 meters down hole. And that was a great hole and a great intersection, really confirming and validating drilling in the area. But also, actually, it's improved the grade and will likely improve the grade of the resource estimate in that area as well. And then the Iguana East holes in that area, we'd only previously had surface trenching, which was supporting the resource along with mapping. And now we've drilled down dip extensions and confirmed the mineralisation there and very well validated our geological and resource estimate in terms of what we were predicting and where those veins were going to be. So really, really pleasing those results are today.
You just touched on it slightly. So the results are out now. So tell us what the program of work is going to look like for 2025.
So considering the strong funding that we have and really good support by the major shareholders, you touched on the $20 million that we raised in December. We've also got a number of conversion options that are being converted over the last few months. So there's circa around another $5 million Australian that's coming into the kitty from that. And that really gives us a strong runway for 10,000 meters of resource drilling. We're about halfway through that drilling campaign at the moment. We've probably got another 5,000 to 10,000 meters of exploration drilling at Dynasty in those new highly prospective target areas. We're also doing some mapping and trenching in those areas as well to better define the targets. We're targeting a resource update mid-2025. And then outside of that, we've got a number of development and study work streams that are already underway, including metallurgy and the like, that will feed into a scoping study in the second half of this year once we've completed that resource. So a lot of action for us at Dynasty in particular this year.
Wonderful. Well, let's actually move now to the Lindiras project. As we announced and as I mentioned earlier, we've done the deal with Hanrain, which is the wholly owned subsidiary of Hancock Prospecting. So perhaps can you tell us a little bit more about that deal, the milestones that have been completed, and what's next for the project?
Yeah, so the deal largely consists of four earn-in milestones. The first milestone was a US $2 million cash payment to earn 5% of the project. That has been completed and we've received that cash. So again, a good bolster for our kitty and the work that we're doing at our other projects. The next milestone is 10,000 metre drilling campaign to earn an additional 25%. That is currently underway. Hancock they commenced that drilling in November last year, and I believe, with all things being on track, it'll probably be completed by March. And I look forward to providing, further information and results on that drilling in the coming, weeks to months ahead. The third milestone is a further 15,000 metres of diamond drilling to earn an additional 21%. And then thereafter, the fourth and largest milestone is a cumulative expenditure of US $120 million, or to reach a decision to mine, whichever comes first, to earn 80% of the project. So significant, I guess, valuation for the project itself when you think about, $180 million Australian for 80% of that project.
So let's just shift gears a little bit here and talk more about the broader commodity market. And again, you touched on this with sort of Hanrain coming into the project and into Ecuador. But what sort of trends are you observing and how is Titan positioned to capitalise on these?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Jana. I don't have a crystal ball and I'm just a mere geologist. But what I do know right now is that the gold price has been traveling, really nicely. Currently at an all-time high of, over $2,700 US an ounce. And although we're not yet producing gold, I've just got the feeling that investors will start to look down from the major producers to the developers to, the junior explorers for that exposure and that leverage to the growth, within the gold sector. And I think that we really represent that opportunity, having our very large resource already established, getting into those de-risking development studies. So I think we're really well positioned and we will be in the crosshairs of those, kind of savvy investors. So we've got good funding in place, a lot of good news flow to deliver, and I think the right market kind of sentiment around us as well at this point in time.
Wonderful. Well, so looking ahead and just to reiterate, what can the investment community look forward to from Titan in 2025?
Well, it sounds a bit cheesy, but I am going to paraphrase Trump when I say drill, baby, drill. And I think that probably all exploration, CEOs and managing directors are saying that. But, with the funding that we have in place, I think that really is where we have the opportunity to, grow our resource base and, potential discovery as well, not only at Dynasty, but we do intend to get across to our Copper Duke project, which has got a 7-kilometre long, porphyry alteration footprint. So, exciting to get across there and put some holes into that as well. So, drilling, growth and discovery for us.
It certainly is exciting, Mel. I want to thank you for sharing these insights with me today and looking forward to seeing what we've got for 2025.
Thanks, Jane.